Steph,
squares before.
LeBron or Steph Curry?
Who?
LeBron or Steph Curry?
LeBron.
Why?
Because I know him.
You don't know.
I've,
But you,
I've seen
but you,
I've seen I've seen the Steph Curry movie. I know
Steph
that
Curry
he
got a
left
movie?
school. I know that he left Miami, or he chose Ohio, his hometown, over Miami, right? So that's loyalty. And he's got that school. Steph Curry, I don't know nothing about Steph Curry.
All
I
right.
know he's got his wife that cooks food. That's
All right.
all I
Let
know
me.
about Steph Curry.
All right. Let me rephrase this question because it wasn't clear
Oh.
for the people. Basketball accolades only. LeBron or Steph Curry. Off the court, none of that matters. How they put their performance on the court. LeBron or Steph Curry.
I don't watch basketball.
I respect your honesty, man. Good answer. Good answer. Yo, okay. What
Who would
sport do
you
you
pick?
watch? Steph Curry.
Oh, okay. Is he better than LeBron?
In my opinion,
Stats better than LeBron? His stats?
in my opinion, their stats are comparable, but you have to look into details a little bit more because LeBron has played a lot more games and a lot more minutes. So when
but he's
he
been in
looks
the
like
league
he's
longer though, right?
yeah.
Oh,
When
okay.
you start, you have to put everything in context. If you look at LeBron's first 6 years of performance and Steph Curry's first 6 years, Steph Curry got a ring in his first 6 years. You know what I'm saying?
And LeBron did it. Okay.
LeBron did it. You know, he had to, and Steph Curry got a ring with his core team, and he didn't he didn't draft superstar players and all-star players to go get a ring. He did it organically within the organization. You know what I'm saying? The traditional route. So, in my opinion, when you start looking at the data, you look at their performance, their productivity by the amount of minutes played and the amount of times that the ball is in their hand. Steph Curry. Matter of fact, you could take it away from when the ball is not in Steph Curry's hand because they have to defend him once he comes across the half court. And that opens up the court for every other player. With LeBron, you know, it's just different, man. It's things that people don't want to take into consideration. I'm not saying that LeBron is not an incredibly effective player. LeBron is an effective player. Let me get that out there because people don't want to argue. But Steph Curry revolutionized the game. I think his skill set, his overall skill set, I think his skill, he's more skilled than LeBron. I think LeBron relies more on his stature. He still has a certain level of skill, but you being 6'9", 6'10", 260 pounds, you don't have the agility and the creativity that this 6'2", 180-pound dude has. He has to be a lot more creative with his scoring. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not big enough. He can't use his stature to win. You know what I'm
So you're
saying?
saying it takes more effort for Steph to do what he does than it takes for LeBron to.
Exactly. So it's like gymnastics. If you ever watch the gymnastics, the Olympics, when they doing the tumbling and all that, the more complicated the thing, the more points you get. Well, what Steph Curry does is a lot more complicated.
Because of his stature or the lack
and even the range from which he's shooting, like the probability of hitting those shots. LeBron, when he first came into the league, a significant portion of his shots, his scoring came from within the paint, fast break dunks. Steph Curry is shooting from historically lower probability shots, 25 feet away, 30 feet away. He still produces. So his scoring is a lot more difficult.
Okay. So
go ahead.
When you guys are debating Steph versus LeBron, are you comparing LeBron now to Steph now in their careers within the last, say, 10 years, or are we comparing young LeBron when he first came in to when Steph Curry came in and then going from there? Like, how are you guys even comparing the two?
I'd like to compare it like this. Year one for LeBron versus year one for Steph, right? Whatever that year was, okay. Right? Or year 1 through 10 for LeBron versus year 1 through 10 for Steph. Let's look at their accolades during that time frame, right? And take everything in consideration. Or look at it from Steph Curry at age 25 and look at LeBron at age 25 and see, because that's now we keeping them on even measurements at that
Okay.
point. Like, yo, LeBron was 25, Steph was 25. You know what I'm saying? LeBron was 30, Steph was 30. Let's see how they were performing at there. Where was LeBron at in the year 10 of his career? What was he doing? What was Steph doing in year 10 of his career? You know what I'm saying? I think that's a more fair measurement. But you still got to take all these other things in consideration. Of course, everybody's not going to see it that way, but that's
Yeah.
just my way of minimizing arguments with dudes because people be emotional about this stuff.
Y'all get emotional about Steph versus LeBron. Well, yeah, I know men are
People get emotional about,
sports.
yeah, the sports. Like, yo, and I'm like, yo, put your money where your mouth is, right? Like, if you saying this and you believe
Oh,
this,
Lord.
whatever your standard is, whatever you want to measure it by, that's quantifiable. We could do that. But we gotta sit down. We gotta look at it. So when you say LeBron scored 30 points per game this season and Steph scored only 28, I'm gonna say, well, how many minutes per game did LeBron play? If LeBron played 45 minutes a game or 40 minutes a game and Steph only played 26, and there's only a 2 point difference, that means Steph is being more productive than LeBron.
I
You
don't
know what
think
I'm saying?
so because if LeBron is older and heavier and he's playing for longer and he can still score more than
They're
this
three,
person
they're
who's
three, four
smaller
years
and
apart.
faster, huh?
They're like 3 years apart.
That's a big difference. Well, I don't know. To me, in
Really,
sports, it seems like that's a big,
they're
big
3 years
difference.
apart. One is
In
33, one is
sports,
36.
in
You know what I'm saying?
sports,
Yo, you got some of the best trainers, and LeBron takes care of himself, but still, they're 3 years apart. Like, yo, you can't sit here. If it was a decade, yeah. You know what I'm saying? If it was boxing, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But we talk about basketball. They was playing basketball together, man. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? And once again, if we do year by year, LeBron's year number 7, Steph's year number 7. LeBron's year when he was 28, Steph when he was 28. When you start comparing those and saying how many minutes per game was he playing? Matter of fact, how of those minutes that he played, how frequently was the ball in his hand versus how frequently was the ball in this person's hand? When we start looking at these stats, it starts to tell a different story. That's all I'm saying. So I would argue once again, it's all whatever standard people want to establish. Let's argue it from that. Let's discuss it from that perspective. And what you'll find is, and when you start looking at these elite athletes, their stats, the data is not that far off. It'd be like 10% difference, if that, less than 10% difference in their productivity
Okay.
all around. So that says a lot right there. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you. All right. So you're obviously team Steph Curry. Okay.
I think it's more challenging for him to do what he does. So I think it's more entertaining.
And Steph Curry plays for who?
Golden State.
Oh, Golden State. Okay.
Oh, now it's California. Now you're all excited about it now, right?
Yeah. I mean, I might want to watch his game now, and LeBron is with who now? Where is he at?
He with LA.
He's in
Lakers.
LA. Okay. Okay. He's at the Lakers. Oh,
Yeah.
see, so both Cali.
Yeah.
Okay.
But LeBron just went over there to chase a ring and create another superstar team. He be cheating, man. But I respect his, with that said, I respect his business acumen. And I don't think there's been any player in the last 20, 30 years who has exhibited the business acumen that LeBron has in the NBA. Like he's about his business. He's doing what he's supposed to do to solidify his business. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that. I just don't like his game.
Yeah. He's putting himself first before the fans or whatever.
Um, he's putting himself in a position where the fans are gonna adore him more. It's kind of like he's
Oh.
cheating. It's kind of he got a cheat code, man. He also got, I tell people this all the time. When Nike gave him $90 million, whatever it was, before he ever played a game, you got to take in consideration that Nike is going to make sure that they're getting their money back on their investment. And if you think that Nike doesn't have no influence on what happens within these professional sports, um, within professional sports, you'll likely be mistaken. They're going to make sure that LeBron is going to be a champion. And keep in mind, he came in 2003, I think. He ain't win no championship to 2011. So he
Oh,
went like
wow.
8 years without winning nothing. 8 years.
So he
And he
has to
only,
consider a lot of different entities when making any decision, right?
say that again?
He has to consider all kind of entities and different things when he makes decisions within the
Who,
basketball association.
LeBron?
Uh huh.
I don't know what he's considering, but he's setting himself up to every team he's gone to. Um, minus his first stint in Cleveland, they won a championship. Granted, they ain't win it strictly off of his shoulders. He's had other all-star, superstar caliber players, but they won one, and I think that adds value to him, and it adds to his legacy, and that helps increase his marketability, which increases his profitability. You know what I'm saying?
When you
So,
said that Nike has their hands in, the decisions that go on, that's
oh,
why I was thinking that, whatever decisions he makes, he has to consider Nike, or
oh,
is it Nike pulling certain strings to make sure
yeah,
this
yeah.
happens in that way
That,
we're looking at it? Okay, because
that's
I was
that's the way I look at it. Like,
okay.
Nike done massage the system for him. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's that's it's me speculating, but I would find it difficult to believe that they give an 18-year-old $90 million before he ever played a game and not try to do something. And think about how they marketed him earlier. They marketed him as a sort of a Jesus messianic figure. If you could go back to the original um billboards they had for him with his arms spread across, talk about believe, the chosen one, right? I'm telling you. Like they were
Oh,
making him seem like the Jesus of Cleveland. Like Jesus Shuttlesworth, that's what they were basically doing with him. I'm being serious though, but they were doing it for basketball. But
wow.
they were blurring that line, but that's what they were doing. They marketed LeBron. LeBron's even the argument LeBron hasn't for him to be such a dominant player, an explosive player, he's never participated in a slam dunk contest. He's never participated in 3-point contest. He's never participated in skills challenge. Even when he had a basketball camp and he got dunked on, they made that film disappear because they were protecting his image. And if he gets involved in a sport event, a challenge, and he um doesn't come out on top, it diminishes that image that they tried to promote of him being this flawless, infallible person. But nah, he's flawed just like other NBA players. And when I first noticed it was when I noticed that he will never he seldom, back in the days at least, contested people's dunks chest to chest. Or what I believe is when he dealt with higher caliber players, he kind of backed off on them because when they dominate him, it makes him look bad.
Wow.
That's my opinion. And if you play this, people say he don't know what the f he talking about and yada yada yada. But you'll sit back and see if you look over his career, you can sit back and analyze LeBron's career, look at it like, oh yeah, this is definitely a marketing campaign going on, and it's supposed to be. It's a business, but let's not forget that you got $1 billion business promoting this person, and they have an